Good afternoon. One of Sydney's most notorious gang rapists has been arrested again, this time on drug charges. Mohammed Skaf is accused of directing a drug syndicate across Sydney's southwest, with police seizing a haul of cocaine and cash. Sam Payne reports.
Good afternoon. Well, after a 4-month police operation, convicted gang rapist Mohammed Skaf is back behind bars, this time accused of dealing drugs. Police arrested Skaf at 11:30 last night as a part of a sweeping crackdown on a drug syndicate, allegedly finding $25,000 in cash on him and more than 100 grams of cocaine nearby. A 52-year-old man and a 54-year-old woman were also arrested.
We're going to allege he's the principal of the whole investigation. He directed everybody. He directed the runners, which we like to call them, being the other two, the other male and female, and operated all throughout southwest Met Sydney.
Skaf was released from prison in 2021 after spending 2 decades in jail for his role in a series of gang rapes targeting young women and teenage girls across Sydney in 2000. Now the 42-year-old is locked up again, facing more than 20 charges, including drug supply and direct a criminal group.
We are trying to reassure the community that we are out there. We know what's going on in our community. We want to make sure we do our absolute best to try and dismantle these groups and stop what's happening on our streets.
Mohammed Skaf's lawyer appeared in Bankstown Court on his behalf today. The matter adjourned until tomorrow.
Why did he not apply for bail today? That was foreshadowed earlier.
I'm not instructed to make an application today.
I'll have more details on the story and where Skaf is being held in the news tonight at 6.
Pauline Hanson has revealed her hit list of Labor seats as she cashes in on her polling momentum. One Nation says it's now amassed a $2 million war chest since it's launched its donation drive only yesterday. Political reporter Jasmine Turlings has the details.
Good afternoon. Pauline Hanson has listed off several senior Labor ministers' seats as her new targets, but it seems she's starting at the top. This mobile billboard tracking through Anthony Albanese's own inner Western Sydney seat a day after One Nation launched its tit-for-tat donation drive against Labor, although the Prime Minister is now questioning the legitimacy of those figures coming directly from One Nation's website.
She raised more than $1 million.
Did she though? Did she though? Did she? What evidence is there?
Why would I call out the liar by the wire, then go and do something like that myself? It would destroy me.
The Queensland Senator is currently in Perth, where she presented at a business breakfast this morning, though last night she received a mixed reception after jetting into WA's Labor stronghold. Hanson was met by hundreds of protesters outside her own sold-out fundraising event, where she had this to say to supporters inside.
And I'm going to target those Labor seats, not polishing. First one on my list, Chris Bowen. Second, Adam Giles. Claire O'Neill. Madeline King.
Now, we assume the Senator meant Labor MP Andrew Giles, not the former NT Chief Minister Adam Giles, the CEO of Hancock Agriculture, whose chairperson is Gina Rinehart, has recently thrown his support behind One Nation. Meantime, opposition leader Angus Taylor has ruled out calls within his own ranks for his party to carve up seats between One Nation. The Liberals have left the door open to a preference deal with Hanson's party, but this polling momentum will need to be sustained for a long time, with the federal elections still 2 years away.
A teenager allegedly behind the wheel during this terrifying machine gun attack in Punchbowl last week has been charged. The shots were fired at a wake for coconut cartel boss Lorenzo Lamalu on Saturday. Police arrested the 17-year-old boy at Aird's near Campbelltown yesterday. The alleged gunman, another 17-year-old boy, and a 23-year-old man remain before the courts. A South Granville café has gone up in flames early this morning. The glass was damaged at Caffeine Corner on Wellington Road just after 4 a.m. It's being treated as suspicious after a fuel can was found dumped at the front doors. No one was inside the business at the time. Iran has threatened to turn the Strait of Hormuz into a hell, warning they would fire on any ships that attempt to pass after the US launched a series of strikes. Washington, though, has denied the strait is closed. Rob Scott has more.
Well, Donald Trump says US forces hit Iran hard overnight, and he promised to hit them just as hard today. And he's lived up to those threats, with another round of strikes launched against multiple targets in Iran this morning. Central Command framing these attacks as self-defence. The escalation triggered after the downing of an American Apache helicopter over the Strait of Hormuz by an Iranian drone. That led to a violent 24 hours, with both sides trading blows. Today, the US president also expressing his frustration with the slow pace of peace negotiations, accusing the leaders in Tehran of stringing him along and playing America for suckers, posting, "Iran is all talk and no action. The bully of the Middle East is dead. They've taken too long to negotiate a deal that would have been great for them. Now they will have to pay the price."
We were really close to a deal, but they keep tapping us along. They keep playing us for suckers. All they have to do is they have to start signing a paper. It's fully negotiated. We have a fully negotiated, but they're tapping and tapping.
If they want to tap, then the president will turn to the War Department. If we need to negotiate with bombs, we'll negotiate with bombs. And we're very good at it.
The world now waiting to see how the regime responds. This senior Iranian armed forces spokesman says every single threat made by Trump has been met with a powerful slap in the mouth by us. We are determined to defeat the enemy. That as the US military releases new video showing it disabling an oil tanker in the Gulf of Oman, firing into its engine room. Central Command says the ship was attempting to breach its blockade, carrying oil from Iran. That now becomes the 8th non-compliant ship that the Americans have disabled. They say they've redirected another 134.
A Sydney woman has pleaded guilty to one of the worst cases of drink driving. Elizabeth Bourgeois was caught on camera in March reversing from a supermarket car park at Turramurra. She damaged 5 other cars, including one with a newborn baby in the back seat. The 62-year-old today pleaded guilty to negligent and drink driving after blowing more than 5 times the legal limit.